开始了，开始。So, hello everyone.
Hello.
I hope you enjoy last class.
Yeah.
And here is the third class of computer science. And I will continue to teach you program. And we use C programming language to program here. So at first let's review the last class. And in last class we have learned what is data pipe, right? I hope now you still remember what we have learned. And here we start to learn the structure of program. And after this structure, after this class, you will understand what the structure of program is and start to be a real programmer. And here, let's start. So here is the outcome. After this class, you will understand the structure of computer program and understand how to write a program to output what you want. And in last class, we just learned what the data type is, and we can only write a few lines and output the result. And so here we start to write a more complicated program, and which means the program has a specific structure. And I hope you can follow me and write the correct program and output the correct answer. So let's start. So before this class, I must repeat the safety. And at first, you must pay attention to power safety, right? If we want to operate the computer, we must use power. And don't be hurt by the power. And the second one is the most important one, is treat the computer like your baby, and don't be nervous and mad if the computer can't give you what you want. And just think you are wrong, and the computer is always correct, like your wife or girlfriend. You know, right? And the third one is other things may hurt you, like the fire accident or something else. And so be careful. And safety is the most important thing. So this is the structure of this class. At first, we learn what is a sequence structure, and then we learn the loop structure, and last we learn the select structure. So let's start it. So before last class is over, I mentioned what I have mentioned what a sequence structure is. Does anyone remember it?
Yeah,
Step by
from
step.
step by step, 1 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
From
That's
the
right.
beginning to the end.
Right. Well, a program must start to execute from the first line and end at the last line, and it can't be changed, like physics, right? And Elon Musk always talk about the first principle of physics. So here we learned the first principle of programming. That is a program executed from the first line to the last line, and this is never changed. So if you so there is a question: if you read someone else's program and you skip some line or some word, and you can't get the correct answer. So when you write or read a program, be careful. Don't forget anything. And the computer will only understand every single instruction you understand. It will change nothing. That's the computer is that precise. You can't change that. So the sequence structure here you can see this program is also start from include stdio.h, which means include standard input and output .h, and end with a bracket. All right, and there is a main function and print 3 lines. So just try it and output the correct answer.打键盘。
没事儿，我稍微说一声。
你这比自己电脑买了个小套，键盘，因为我怕它技术挺贴合的。对，它就照这个型号。
So in last class, you can just understand what the program is and just output the result. I hope after you learn the sequence structure, you can understand this is a sequence structure without any loop or select. That's just only execute from the first line to the last line and output finally. Oh, so don't forget the second. Yeah, don't forget it. If you forget it, you can't output the result.
就在那旁边吗？就是这个。
学了吗？赶紧学会了，将来还要辅导孩子。必修课。
computer。
真长。
你孩子多大了？5岁。差2岁。几月份？上小学，就在下半场。
现在是1年级，
上班那个7岁。
你们上北京小学了？上哪儿？在那儿买吗？
有演出的，你不能演出不算，演出不算是，我们俩住在一起。
哎，怎么退出来了？
右键，
ESC
让他上个右键，右键就行了。你还是设置的那个。
So the right answer. The same thing is that the same thing as last class. We just print 3 lines and output 3 results, which is 9, 1, and 2. That is 4 add 5 equals 9, and 5 minus 4 equals 1, and 8 divided 4 equals 2. So here is a sample of fixed structure, and we output the number, right? So here is another sample. So you can see we also print 3 lines. Here are hello, hi, and how are you? And you can see the program is also start from the include and end with a bracket, right? And different from the last one is this one output a sentence, and the last one output the numbers. So a computer can output all kinds of results, and it depends on your demand. So try to write this program.
就中了吗？
那怎么办？
不打字儿吧，这是。我晚上都跑了。
懂的话咱也懂了。
So here is only a small change. Could you make it?
Do you think I'm doing it right?
Oh yeah. Don't write. Don't forget the silicon like him.
Okay.
Oh.
Like this?
Yeah. Don't forget it. Don't forget anything. The computer is a precise machine.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
I like our brain. If we miss something, we can still get the right answer. But the computer is different. The computer is just a machine, not a creature. And it only understands every single instruction you input to it, and it can't change anything.
So I want artificial intelligence.
Well, the artificial intelligence is just a special program, and it's not as you thought as our brain, and it's just a more clever program, and use some technology and. Oh, don't forget any single symbol. The bracket. You use the correct bracket. Don't use other bracket. Just as the screen. Just write the same bracket as the screen. Yeah. Don't use the other bracket.
哎呀，装的真像。
就差不多了。
脑袋挺
差不多。
其实咱明天会比咱们说的
别，
因为咱今天有3个区，其实那个区还有他
所以
只讲4个人，
这是谁？调试时间。
要3个20分钟，
调试时间。
还有1个就是
So I think everyone can understand what the sequence structure is, right? And here is the sequence structure, just from the first line to the last line, and change nothing. So after the sequence structure, we can start now. We can start learning the loop structure, which means not only just from the first line to the last line. So anyone has some idea of the loop structure? So have you ever do something repeatedly? So could you give me a simple? Sleep. Yeah.
Study.
So it's a simple D, right? You should start another simple D, right? That's the loop. Yeah. Repeat the same thing. So anyone has some other idea?
Run like a ram. Every day I run big run.
Yeah. So loop structure means that we do the same thing repeatedly and output several results. Right? So even you just repeat your daily life, but every day is different, right?
Right.
And after repeat and repeat, you will have a wonderful life, right? So the loop structure is the same thing as your daily life. You should repeat the same thing like sleep, eat, and shower or brush your tooth. And so you can see in the screen we output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 lines, right? So the first line is 0, but the last line is 9, right? Well, so even you repeat your daily life, but every day is different, right? So here we can see is a for loop, right? We use the for loop to repeat this part from the for to the bracket before the return. Repeat, and repeat. Just repeat 10 times, right? So after 10 times, we output 10 results. And every repeat output a result, right? So here is the loop structure, the for loop structure. And before the first silicon is the initial value. That is I equals 0. You can see, right? I is an integer variable, right? We have defined I as an integer variable and give it an initial value 0, right? So in the middle is the limitation. You can see here is the limitation. I is smaller than 10, right? And every step we change the value of I, right? That is I plus plus. So I plus plus just means I plus 1. So could you understand why it output 0 to 9, right? Just I is 0 and print, and the second one is I plus 1, the 1. And finally it outputs 9. Right? This is not difficult, right? So try to write this program and be careful. Don't forget any single symbol, especially the bracket or the silicon. Practice makes perfect, and你们又不会用那个环境，
还有20分钟他就过年了。
你又不会用那个环境，
有时候就怕你撑不到，
撑到了发现了。上一节我又撑，不可能的，放心。
对，
Well, you use the correct bracket. You made the same mistake as you made last time. Right?
你不知道他有也学霸，有点学霸，全部都是一个对比。人设崩了，人设崩了。你不要忘了，你凭空出来的问题只有我能接得上。你我们都是一人过，要不要？没事，我是一个学霸，我。
Well, it's not return 1. you write a one, not it's written there.
说的是你呀，不一样。
还有个屏幕啊。
你听了还毫无反应。
说的是你呀，你还在这儿。
哎，没事没事。啊。
你吧。
Sir, you are right, sir. You have printed 10 lines, right? Yeah, it's
One, two, three. Yeah, got it.
Well, you can just change the I plus to I plus equal 2.
Yeah.
And it means I
Equal.
plus 2 every time.
Okay.
You can see you can see the output.
Okay.
Well, what it is? It's you can see it's 0, 2, and not 1, right?
Yeah.
Because the I plus 2 every time,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Thank you.
So
包括我一填的时候会把它一下涨上去，有可能它现在是问题。不走字儿啊。
在哪个年代？
So here is another sample, and we just print the result in every single line. But this time we print all the results in only one single line. So you can see we don't use the backslash, right? The backslash, and the backslash gone away. It's gone away. Have gone away, right? And so we just print it in only one line. But this one line is different from the one line in last time, because the last time in last class we only print one result, but in this one we print 10 results in only one line, right? So just try it and see what the difference is.
又来了，这个是全屏幕的时候就能看到的这下是
还在特写啊，来了。
不是，它后面那个你看，它后面那个200兆一直就没变，那个200、202兆一直没变。
哎，那个我发现每个人开始的时候都不一样，好奇怪啊。
有些是在慢慢往上涨，你看，它这个一直就没动。
但时间在走应该没关系。
在走是吧？路上是吧？
路上应该是，不知道它那个是什么意思。
那你压缩的时候是什么事儿？
这可能一会儿发现突然跳到1000了。
有人觉得1 G 的压缩太
有的一开始就是1 G， 一开始写了什么1。
哦，
可能机器的问题。
So this program is just a small change, and the only the backslash is gone, and we output it in only one single line. And so here I want you to understand the loop structure is different from the sequence structure. Only in one single line we can just print 10 times, right? Wow, sorry, it's D, not F. You have printed. You have used the wrong sign.
但是这些就共存了。
Because the E and F is close on your keyboard. Close to each other on your keyboard.
咱还有一个 task 2。
So practice makes perfect, and practice it. If you practice it, and you will be better.
对，他让他改了一遍，他没开。
task 2的第一个，对，他已经给了第一遍了。现在他开放的这个是20.4的。别再。
Oh, quite right. You have output the right answer.
做题的
啊
上道地点。
做题的一是那种客观题，主观题。第一个作业，但是第二个作业，第二个作业好多个，10个作业，
那个都交了，
没有。
第二轮作业的改的是不是都交了？就是第二个 assessment。第二个 assessment 就改。
So you can see the theory is not that difficult, but you must practice to make it perfect. If you don't practice, you always make mistake, right? So just do it and see what will happen.
哦，他4万是没有改的，只是交了。这是没有你其实你回去的话
兔都交了呀。
但是他这个是available 吗？他已经给你了，但是
这是咱给过的。
他给过，然后他没有让他提交嘛。他第二遍。
So here we only write 1-4. You can just write another on the screen on your program and see what will happen.
集体学的那次。
And it will so I have teach you what is a sequence structure, right? So after one loop structure, the program is still a sequence structure. It will execute loop by loop. So try it and write another for loop on your program and see what will happen. So I have told you the sequence structure is the first principle as a program. So you know first principle is always important, right? And try it. So I will repeat the loop structure to you to make you perfect. And so at first, before the first silicon is the initial value. That is I equals 0. You can also write I equals 2, 1, or 5. And the second one is the limitation. I is smaller than 10. Or you can also write smaller than other number like 100. 200 or 10,000, and every step you must change I to end the for loop, or the for loop will execute endless. So our computer must end a program because it can't execute a program endless. So here is the definition of for loop. And you can see here. So when you write a program, don't forget any single symbol, because the computer is a precise machine, and it can't execute the wrong instruction. Only the right instruction can be accepted. So remember it, right? So let's start the last one. The last structure, which is the select structure. So here is the select structure. In your daily life, you must choose something, right? Suppose you go to the supermarket and buy something, and there are two things which has the same function, like a bread. The size is almost the same, but the price is different. So you must choose. But you may consider something like the brand or something else. So here is the same thing as the select structure. You must choose. That means if and else. If something happens, do this. If another thing happens, do that. And so here is a brief introduction to the select structure. That is if. Here is an if. In the bracket is the limitation. If something happens, do this part. If another thing happens, do this part. Else another thing happens, do this, or do this. Finally, if all this don't happen, do this else part. So here is the brief theory. So let's see the real program. Here you can see we define a variable equals 10, right? And it output hello, right? And so why it output hello? You can see here it's an if. If a is bigger than 5, print hello. Else print hi, right? So you can see here a equals 10. That is bigger than 5. So the program output hello, not hi, right? So try to write this program and see what will happen. If your program don't print hello, there must be something wrong.
Another sales channel. With the Wix e-commerce omnichannel platform, you can sell.
So if a is bigger than 5 is satisfied, and the else part will not execute. It only executes the if part and go to end, return 0. So you can see it only print a hello, not hello hi. It's printed at the same time. If it's a sequence structure, the two print will be executed, and hi and hello will be printed in 2 lines, right? So write this program and see what will happen. Wow, so you are becoming more and more practical. Wow, that's great. Well, computer science is really interesting, right? And it's not as difficult as you thought. So what you need is just a practice, and practice makes you perfect. 下一个图5分钟就够了。
加油！
还加了2个是的，加了2个。他们现在就4个人。
Wow, so use the correct bracket. Don't use the There are 2 kinds of bracket in your program. Don't mix it.
Use the right form bracket.
Yeah.
9点半。
Okay.
9点多。
So you can see there is a hello on your screen, right? Right?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. So if you change the file to 11, what will happen? Try it.
Try it.
Hi.
You try it on your computer and write the program.
Just a guess.
So it's only a small change. So you can change it very fast. So what happened? So has anyone finished it? Oh, oh, so you have printed on high.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if part is not satisfied, it will execute the else part. Just print on high, right? So let's do the last practice. So you are a teacher, right? Suppose you have a student and you have give him or her a score, and finally you must give him or her an A, B, C, or D, the level, write a program. So that means if the score is bigger than 90, print output A. If the score is bigger than 80 and smaller than 90, print B. Or the score is bigger or equal than the 60, print C. And if the score is smaller than 60, which means the student has failed the test. So the result will be not satisfactory. And print D, output D. So try to write the program. So this program will be the longest program you have write. So try to make it. If you can't make it, just talk about it with your partner.
进来一个老师，因为所有的人吧，不用好，我就去找你。你做的很好，来回答个问题。明天还要做什么？而且我跟你说啊，你明天是最后一个。为啥？我有100按照说。
我好不容易抢上了1个。
明明是你发起的那一块儿，然后你自己发起。
发完我就忘了，我想他一定会这个，所以我就。
是你。
Oh, sir, don't forget the semicolon. And use the correct bracket. So you can see if you write a long program, there will be more mistakes, right? So be careful and practice.
我就是这种性格好，我就能拖到最后一个是一个。这个人俩从侥幸心理。
我到底还做不做后半段啊？要是我要是排后边，我可能是今天才开始做。
我就这样，我说哎。
So let's see the program. We define a variable that is score equals 76. Right? And the result, the output is C, right? So you can see the program. If the score is bigger than 90, printf A. And else if the score is bigger than 80, printf B. Else if the score is bigger than 60, printf C. Or else printf and D, right? So then 76 is satisfied with this part, right?
Yes.
So 76 is smaller than 90 and smaller than 80, right? So it only satisfies this part, and this part will be skipped, right? So the result is C, right? 73 can only be C level, right?
Else if.
So please give me feedback. I will give you 4.
你来说来一个。
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, lady. Madam, a lady? Oh. So finally, I will tell you something about the future. In next class, we will do more practice, and you might express we will express a brainstorm, and I hope you can enjoy it. So remember, practice makes perfect. Don't forget it. So the next class will